homes. Today they number around 6 to 7 million with their descendants. What do you propose to do with these Arabs if you don't support a Palestinian state?
I think that it's about time that the Palestinians who live in Jordan become Jordanians. The Palestinians who live in Lebanon will become Lebanese. The same way we accepted Jews who came from Iran, from Morocco, from Iraq, you name it. We accepted Jews from all over the world. They became Israelis. I think it is about time that the Palestinians, wherever they live, and today you see the discrimination, not in Israel, the discrimination in Jordan, whether if you are a Palestinian, you do not get certain benefits. And you see the discrimination there, and I think it's about time that the Arab countries will not use the Palestinians for their own interest.
Next question, of all nations, why is it that Israel refuses to recognize the Armenian genocide?
That's a tough question, especially today when you see what's happening in Turkey and the hypocrisy that they're using weapons against the Kurds and the violence against the Kurds.
When Israel blatantly violated Palestinian human rights by building the separation wall.
Is it a question mark there? I think that if you will come today to Israel, you will be proud of the issue of human rights. You will see Palestinians coming to hospitals in Israel. Nobody asks them if they have healthcare, Medicare, or all those kinds of programs that you're trying to have here. We accept them, we treat them. You will see the amount of Israeli soldiers who were dead because we didn't use certain weapons to protect themselves. And till this very day, we will have an Israeli soldier by the name of Gilad Shalit, that's more than 5 years being held in captivity. Nobody visited him, not the Red Cross, not his family, not a lawyer. And I asked, what about the human rights of Gilad Shalit? And I think it is about time that sometime we will put also the human rights of the Jewish people in the right place, and we will not sacrifice the soldier of Gilad Shalit and other people because we are not willing to pay the price for it.
Freda Mary writes, does Israel have any nuclear weapons? If yes, why shouldn't other countries have it? If no, is this a well-known fact that Israel is denying?
Well, I will recommend the past president to go to Google tonight and do his research like Serge did on me, and he can find every answer he wants over there.
The next question is, what makes the 1967 borders indefensible?
Where I live with my 3 children, it's actually in the middle between the 67 line and the ocean, the Mediterranean coast. And if, here you drive a lot. But if I would, God forbid, it would be a Palestinian state within the 67 line. When I wake up in the morning and I will look to my right-hand side, 4 kilometers, it's about 2.5 miles, there will be a Palestinian state.
Are relations between Israel and India fairly strong? And second, was President Obama reasonable in stating in May of this year that Israel's borders should be pushed back to the pre-1967 lines?
Well, on the first one, I think we have a good relationship with India, and we are a peaceful nation. We want to share our technology, the innovation, the biotech with many nations. On the second question, I think that President Obama made a lot of mistakes regarding Israel. I don't know if he had bad advisors or it's coming from an ideological point of view, but he made a lot of mistakes, and one of them was the one that you mentioned, is about concluding the negotiation before we even got into the room to negotiate anything. And that's something that is unacceptable. You cannot come with the outcome of the negotiation before you negotiate. And I think going back to the 1967 line means putting my family in danger and the majority of Israelis in danger. And for that matter, I think what Prime Minister Netanyahu told him very bravely in the Congress was excellent, no can do, said in a different word. This is exactly what we should tell him. We cannot go back to the 1967 line.
Thank you. And how do you envision peace in the Middle East? What needs to happen politically, economically, and socially?
But I said it in the past, we need to pray a lot. But I think peace will come in the Middle East, not in the near future, but in the long run. It will happen after the Arab.
Are there any scenarios by which Israel will stand by and watch as Iran develops a nuclear weapon capability?
But it's an option. I would recommend to the Prime Minister or to the Foreign Affairs and Defense Committee where I sit not to accept this option. It is a dangerous one, and but it is an option to just stand and wait and see what happens. I think it will be a bad decision not only for Israel but to the Western society.
The next question is from Harry Bubb. As a rising younger member of your governing party, could you comment about relations with Egypt? Are you more or less concerned about relations with Egypt?
Well, I think everyone who's looking at the picture should be concerned, because even if there will be proper elections there, there is a good chance that the Islamic Jihad will get elected, and then you can imagine what will happen with all the amount of ammunition and technology that the US supplied to Egypt until today. And we saw only yesterday the visit of Erdogan to Egypt, and I think we have to face a new era in the Middle East. And if in the past we had a cold peace with Egypt, which was okay, but today we have to be prepared for new scenarios coming from Egypt, and not only from Egypt but from all the other nations, which nobody knows exactly what they want.
The reason of Iran's hostility, it will be easier to face them and eliminate the threat by eliminating the cause of animosity.
Well, I can give you my email address, and I will be very happy that, to get it into my email. Look at the history. It's a religion, war of religion, and people don't like to admit it, but some of the religions cannot tolerate somebody who believes differently. I accept Muslims coming to pray in Jerusalem every Friday. I accept Christians coming to pray in Jerusalem, in Bethlehem, in Nazareth, in the holy sites. I accept also Jews who want to come and pray. But some of the religion cannot tolerate it. They don't want to see somebody else praying or believing in something different.
Final question, could you comment on the new boycott ban? Can Israel call itself a free society by outlawing the fundamental democratic right to boycott in the West Bank?
Well, that's one of the bills. You know, besides talking, also in the parliament we are legislators, and I'm very proud to be one of the initiators of the bill you just mentioned. But let me explain to you, and that will be my final conclusion. I'm against boycotts. I think that it's something which is not democratic. That somebody will say you should not buy this or that. And imagine what will happen if some Jews will decide that they cannot or should not buy anything that was produced by Muslims in Israel. And for that matter, when we saw the trend of boycotting parts of Israel, we passed a bill that if somebody is declaring a boycott on you or on me, I will have the right to go to court and to sue you for that. That's what the bill states. Yes, if I live today in a settlement, in a Jewish community in Ariel, and somebody decides to boycott and say, I will not deliver meat to Ariel because I don't like the people who live there, the guy who lives in Ariel can go to court and can sue the guy who sells meat. But also an Arab guy who lives in the Galilee can sue somebody who called not to buy hummus that was produced in the Arab village in the Galilee. I think we should condemn the boycott.
Watching the Orange County Crosstalk Show with Alex